this side up. So this is this radio. The FMer. Somebody had their probably ham number there. This has an audio out. You got it. It does have an internal speaker that somebody put in there. It's probably an option. And I don't remember what that's for. That was for a speaker. I think the speaker's hooked up inside. The speaker, yeah, the speaker's hooked up through this. So if you plug a speaker in, you got your speaker. If you disconnect it, then you got the internal. I would assume that's how they hooked it up. This thing here is for your rabbit ears. That's for your big ass antenna. These here, I don't remember what these were. I think I might have removed that one. I'm not sure. Or I didn't. I don't remember. There's a potentiometer here for some, maybe to adjust the meter. Here's your modulation. No, this could be an oscillator though, to run it off at 12 volts. I can't remember if the audio outputs are inside or outside. This is this type of a model. This type of a model. Whatever the hell does it say? Maybe not. So I had to rearrange. I don't, okay, I'm not obviously using it on DC. I'm using it on AC. And I had to reconfigure stuff here to make it run. So this is basically the AC's hook up. Making a flashlight here. I just moved so things are effed up here. Pretty decent. Effed up pretty decent here. So if you look at it, this is at 3 down, 1, these green ones, and then this one, that's 1 AC. 1, 2, 3. I'm not, some face this way, some face this way. I wish I could score a plug like this, but I was just going to duct tape the crap out of it and then tape this to this someplace, mount it, put a hoop on it or something on one of these kind of bolts or something so that this stuff don't move. I don't know the configuration for DC, nor do I think I need to. This thing here you can run off of. You can just, if you don't want to run the whole thing, you can just run this. I did videos of it. You can just run this with a very small DC power supply, the receiver only, if you want. And I don't remember how I did that, but I did it. So anyways, this gray one here, I just use gray wire. This tab, that's 1 down on the, I'll call it, I'll call this left and I'll call that right. But if you look at, you know, I'm going to call this, looking at it this way, I'll call this left and that way right. So you got 1 to the right, and that goes to 1 up. Goes from here to here, 1 up. And it also goes from that same lug to, I think, 1 up here. And I'll just pull this AC out of the way for a bit. So here's the AC. I think I got it written. Top and second one down equals AC, and it points right to there. AC, these two. So also, okay, 1 down from the left, wiggles around, 1 up to the right, and 1 up to the right on this side too. And that, what did that do? I don't remember. Because we got 1 is to cover, okay, then we got 1 down here going to this, 1 up in the center and 1 up on the corner. One set of these connects the filaments, and 1 operates the solid state stuff, I think. Or I shouldn't say filaments. I don't know I don't really know what it does. But you need both sets. One does maybe. See, this is I guess, yeah, I don't know. It's more confusing than just that. I don't know without my paperwork or nothing really what it does. I thought it had something to do with the filaments, but I'm not sure now. It's going to deal with the primary of the power transformer and something else. I'll open it up and see if I can figure it out. So I don't know right now if these are for the audio output and modulation or if it's the oscillator. I think on this one it's the oscillator to create the high voltage from 12 volt source, I think. I'll take it apart and just peek at it. Back on here. So this is when I put these received these capacitors, 2024. Dusty, that's embarrassing. So what we got here is the I don't know if there's something here or not. I don't see marks, probably not. I didn't replace that one, obviously. I didn't replace some of the solid state capacitors, I don't think. I don't know why. That one apparently should be replaced or should be taken into consideration, I guess. So here's the solid state stuff. So you can run this thing here off. I'd have to study it. I'm not going to study it right now. So I did a lot of nothing in here. All I had to mainly do is, that's original capacitor, 3 sections tied together. So these other capacitors, actually I think they're for the DC power supply, so I don't really know where these ones, I think those two on the outside are oscillator. You can see where they're going to the power supply. So those 233s, what are they called, 2 and 3s or whatever, 2 and 3055 transistors or something, I don't know what they are. Here's your switch for something. So I will just say not a lot. So here's the wires that go to the speaker. Somebody put in those common wire back in the day. It's got a 47 ohm across, it looks like it. So, and this thing here, the second one's probably for a meter. I don't know what somebody had there. This one here is hooked up to something going this way. Something on a switch. It's unmarked. Whoever did that didn't mark it. So here's a transistor. That's the Zener diode in here. I think that one that's bolted in. This is for a rectifier for high voltage. DC rectifying is, DC is DC. There's a little diode, I think. Looks like a diode. So this is the 2 meters. Here's where I hooked up. Right here. AC, low voltage. So you hook up to those 2 prongs where my arrows go to, and you can run the solid state receiver. But you can't transmit, obviously. But I don't have a license, so I can't transmit anyways, unless if it's like we go into World War III or something, then I can. But I only have a limited amount of crystals for this anyways, which would be useless in today's world. Back on here, here's the top side. So the oscillator board is this. So we got these for crystals. I better write those down again. I only wrote them down about 14 times. Some of these are kind of fiddlish. This one feels like it's got good prongs, good prongs, good prongs, good prongs. Some of this, maybe it's this one. This one here is just fiddlish. Somebody took the newer kind and did that, which is, what the heck. So up in this section here, we got this stuff going on. Call that a gimmick situation. So this tube is good. This is the famous video output in some TVs, I think. It's the same as a 12GN7 is what they used in the TVs, but it's a cross referencer. 12HG7. Same as a 12GN7, I think. They use it for, and the 12GN7 had a center tap on the filaments. Let's look. Let's check this out and really see what is going down. So the filaments normally are 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the filaments. You can see that there are filaments there, 4 and 5. Now let's at 6. Let's look at 9. Usually on the 12AT7s and stuff, it's pin 9 as a center tap. It doesn't look like it is. I'm pretty sure the 12GN7 has a center tap on the filaments. But this might have one too. I just can't spot it. Looks like this one is filaments. This one is filaments. These three look like filaments. Which one's that? 1, 2, 3. Number 4. Let's try again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like a filament to me. 5. Looks like a filaments to me. And number 6. 4 and 5 are usually the filaments. And number 6 looks like a filament, I think. So 4, 5, and 6 on this tube. You can see it better that way. 12HG7. 12HG7. So this is the same kind of tube. How's that going there? I caught a cold when I'm moving. I'm the only person that can catch a cold by going to bed at night and wake up in the morning with a cold. 12HG7. Another one. Wait a minute. This is just a petwood, I think. It's not a... yeah, it's just a... I only see one cathode, so... So it's just a video amplifier. 12GN7 is the video amplifier. That goes there anyways. Huh. Wrong way. Okay. That one goes there. Well, that's a clear top too. I think this is the same. It's just no good. 12HG7. It says 821. Short. It's plurals. It's got an S. And it says something here written different direction. I don't know. I don't know what it says. Probably the same direction, I would assume. I have a clue what it says. Not a clue. But what makes the difference is the red on top. If I put like blue or green on top, then it's like questionable. It might have tested leaky, gassy or something, the tube tester, and then it went away, or I used it for a while and then come back and it worked. This stuff here should be cleaned up a little bit. This stuff here, it's kind of salty. So there's your stuff. Finals. So this stuff here, I got to put that crystal back in. I lost it. There she is. Oh, it's going to fall down below. I closed the bottom up. I got to get that. Oh. Get that son of a bitch. Okay. I need it out anyways to write down the number. I have this clanging on me because oops, now she broke. Okay, it was right there, it broke. So here's the speaker somebody put in. You could probably buy a kit to put it in. They probably suggest where to put it, where it won't get affected with that. Power transformer. So this is that godly transformer I had to figure stuff out on. Oh, this is that godly. I had to put RTV or something on there. I don't know what I used. Something on there. So I had to discover all these wires, and I thought I had them discovered what they were. If I would have plugged it in the way I thought they went, I would have destroyed something. Because then I accidentally found another one of these. I figured it was this style transformer. It was a whole different model, but looking at the schematic, I could see how how I was wrong with this. So thank God I found that. Otherwise, I would have plugged it in and I discovered I had it incorrect, and something would have went to the shits. So there's receiver stuff. Oh, no light bulb. This one here is your microphone. The deep one is your electronics, and the one for the ring is the mic. So if you're unplugging it, you can't destroy the mic element. The only thing that scares me in this thing is like this and this, if they're still available. Red means I don't know what it means. I don't think it means bad because I put these inexpensive capacitors in there. I don't know why I put red on it, because obviously the can is negative. So there's a crystal down here, and the filter, imagine that's for receiving. I don't know. I don't have a schematic for it, and I don't have a clue. I'm glad to see all these plate capacitors. But I did replace all the little electrolytics on the receiver board. This is the receiver board. And this is also for the transmitting, but also low voltage because we got transistors here. I marked plus when I removed them. I think the original was hooked up that way. I'm not sure. Oh, here's another one. The capacitors should be replaced. I didn't do it. Must not have had the value. But these are from a cheap package set I bought off of eBay, where you get a bunch of different values. Look like a cheesy job here or what? I think I had to solder. I had to cut the capacitor and solder from the top side for some reason. There was something in the way. That might be with this one too. I had to cut wires. So these were long tubular capacitors here, and I had to cut the leads to put another one in. I think maybe I didn't want to take this off. It didn't have an accessible area. It was covered up with some of the metal probably. Some I could have access to. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's all shielded with this. I'm not sure. It's been a while. But they did this work. Wasn't me. So you got your power supply. This capacitor, it doesn't hum or nothing on the speaker. Well, this is transmitting. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if this is bad if it's for transmitting. I don't think. I wouldn't know. I never thought of that. I'd only know if it's on the receiver side. Wow. I better look into this sucker. They got 3 of them tied together, so I should be able to just use one, 100 microfarad capacitor, 80. I got some 82 microfarad capacitors at a decent voltage that I bought for repairing on an oscilloscope at a decent amount of voltage, I believe. So here it is. There's the one. Now this is the one. If I can have access to it. I tore apart the heat kit when it broke my heart to do it. I didn't want to do it. So I like these kind of tubes. I like to get another one with these kind of tubes for the final. This one here, I don't know if you could take something. I have the schematic to this one. But with that microphone problem and stuff, and I didn't want to put a relay in it and figure all that stuff out. So I figured, the hell with it, I'll just tear it apart. So that's what I did, but I still have the boards and stuff for it. I should have kept it, but I didn't. So I don't know if you could make a VFO. You should be able to make a VFO for this thing because you're only limited that much. And I know you got to have the second classification of the licensing to do a VFO, because if you have a VFO hooked up to, like, say 20 meters and you're reaching for something on the right hand side and your arm brushes on the VFO knob, and all of a sudden you're way different frequency transmitting and think you're transmitting on the frequency you want on, you're on some other frequency, or you can't figure out how to get on the frequency to begin with because it's a tunable situation, variable capacitor situation. So you gotta have ways with frequency counters to figure out where the hell you're at, I guess. I don't know. It's complicated. That's why it's number 2 license, I believe. So here's your relay. 3 prongs. Maybe 2 of them are covering B plus to spread out the amperage, and 1 for the audio signal. I would say, like automobiles, they got ignition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for how many heaters are in a vehicle. They spread out the amperage. There's your antenna. So the top one is antenna, and the other 2 are probably spreading out amperage for the B plus, I would assume. So they don't arc so much, and they'll last an extra month. That's probably a item that has to be replaced a lot in these things, where the current is. But that's it. Today is April 10th, I think. 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. It's April. It's April, and this is it. I think I have more of these. I don't know what that one even does. These ones are shielded. Oh, that one's shielded too. I only have these two shielded, I guess. We don't shield the bad one. So this is at Orange Beginner's Corner on the side one more time. We'll probably replace this because I never gave it a thought that that's on that transmitter. So I don't know. It's got 3 sections tied together. That's all I know. And I never gave it no thought that it could be bad. Could have a 6 or 120 cycles humming here like crazy on the transmitter side. Who knows? But you don't have to plug in and use this big, powerful transformer. You can just hook in that spot down here, down below, and it goes right to this board. And I did it on a video, I know I did. And you can hook up and listen. This ain't, I don't know if it hooks up this or not. It probably does, because that's low voltage too. So we got crystals on one side and not on the other, which means what? I think it's a continuous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. Probably 9 possibilities on the front. Back on. 9 possibilities, okay. I think the potentiometer on the back is to adjust that, I would assume. So I go right about, I don't know if I like this thing. You go like that, it's got the fine tuning, then all of a sudden you got chorus tuning, fine tuning, and chorus tuning. But with the other one, the Heathkit one, it seemed like if I tried doing this, it was corrupted. I'd have to go this way and knock it a little more and then come back. And I don't know, it seemed like I didn't like it. But I don't know, I think the whole thing should just be fine tuning and get it over with. Because if you're going down here, say you were going to here, if you want to go a few smidges below, you can't keep it this way. You got to go a little farther, and then you get it in between your area where you'll like it. So if you're going back to 147, is that where I go? 146. No, I go to 146. I think 146. Don't I? I don't know. I think. So I would go to 146. So I would obviously get that in between. So I have some left and some right. A little too much right. We go grab a little more left. We got left. We got right. So if we were just needed a tune just below that, a couple, there you are. Now you got your fine tuning on both sides. Otherwise, if you're going up to this one, and you wanted 3 smidges below 147, you go like this. You got your smidges below, but you got 0 to the, in case it drifted or something, something resistor change value or a capacitor change value. Now you may have to go this way a little bit. So you want to go, if you're going like 3 smidges below, you want to make sure you don't need that much. You need to have a little more that way. And you got that, and works better. Better fine tuning. So it's nice to have that clutch effect, but I think that makes it so it transmits at a lower power, so you can do that thing that I'm not sure what it is. I understand it, but I don't understand it. So here's your squelch. I'm glad they put a squelch on the 2 meters. They don't on the other ones for some reason. This one here is your, turns it off and on, I guess. You got this one here, which I think they're all variable capacitors. So I don't know where's the other ones? We got this one. Okay, this changes the negative control grid voltage. I think tuning is up in the plate section, but I don't know what this one here is from your, what do they call it? They call it something else that means something. This don't, that this one is the one that's we got a grid, a plate tune. Wait, this is load, tune, grid. This one here, I don't know what it does. I don't remember. This one tunes the plate, I think. This one, I think. Wait, there's three of these. Where's the third one? This one is a plate load, I think. This one here is I don't remember. This one changes the negative control grid voltage, I think, to a section, like it's like an automatic gain control or something in a radio. I think. I'd have to research. I don't know what any of them are for anymore. This one here, I think, turns it on and off. I'll leave it at that. Squelch. I know what a squelch was when I was in grade school. So my dad always had radio. So you turn it all the way, go whatever direction the hiss is. You leave it right there. If it gets a little annoying, then you can go a little bit more. Volume. So here's the clutch thing. And this, what does this one say? Oh, this is the channel. So you got nine transmitter possibilities. But I don't think crystals are available in any way or whatever. So you'd have to invent a VFO. With my other my experimenting FM board. So this is obviously below the police bands. What is it? 3 point something, and the older ones were 2 point something. So these higher frequencies, I'm pretty sure you could probably invent a VFO for this thing. So you get any channel of current. But I think I just use 1 through 5 or whatever's in there. I'll try to write down the crystals, but I don't know if they're in the multipliers, or I don't know. The Heathkit ones I think were multipliers, so I don't know. I could even figure that out. I don't know, but whatever. It's this kind of, so I have to be right about here, I think. 140, 147, no, I gotta be pretty sure it's 146 for my local repeater. 140, wait, no, it is this 146. It is 146, but it's 146 way up high. So it's about that much below 147 for my repeater. So I would go like that, and then we'd have our tune in there, about there, I think. Okay, onto the beginner's corner on the side.